No matter how pure your intentions are, remember that you will never escape people's negative assumptions. Your dignity is your second soul. Protect it to avoid dying twice. Life is a battlefield. Some lead and others follow. If you cannot master yourself, then step back from people and do not become a slave to others. Do not be one who gathers the knowledge of scholars and the wisdom of the wise, yet follows the path of the foolish. True intelligence is not about winning arguments, but avoiding them in the first place. The greatest blessing in life is peace of mind. If you feel it, you possess the whole world. True ignorance is not the lack of knowledge, but the refusal to acquire it. Cherish your uniqueness, because nothing is more foolish than being ordinary. Without the opposite, nothing has meaning. Without hardship, there is no ease. Without sorrow, there is no joy. Without darkness, there is no light. People think isolation makes you lonely, but I don't believe that is true. When you're surrounded by the wrong people, that's the loneliest place in the world. The ultimate goal of life is death, and life's value lies in the experiences, not the achievements. If you succeed in 99 things and fail in one, people will ignore your successes and highlight your failure. Dust yourself off. The more you live life your way, the more people will reject you. The greatest things in the world cannot be bought with money. You can buy a bed but not peaceful sleep, a book but not knowledge, a house but not a family's warmth, medicine but not health, pleasure but not happiness, followers but not friends. When people speak ill of you, remember to thank God that He kept you busy with yourself and not with them. When one door of hope closes, others open, but we don't see them because we spend too much time lamenting the closed door. Be optimistic and do not regret the past. Every person is three people, the one created by God, the one seen by people, and the one seen by themselves. The key to knowledge is asking questions, and every answer should lead to another question. Two types of people do not learn: those too shy to ask and those too arrogant to ask. Do not eat when you're already full. Leaving it for a dog is better than eating it. Standing neutral in a conflict between the strong and the weak is not neutrality, but siding with the strong. Friends chosen by fate are better than those chosen by you. Life is not long enough to try everything, but not too short to remember everything. It is beautiful when you know it is worth nothing. The only irreplaceable loss is your health. People will be replaced by time. The coward dies 1,000 times, but the brave only dies once. If you don't like the things around you, change them. You are not a tree rooted in one place. Falling is not failing, but staying down is. If you are still looking for the person who will change your life, look in the mirror. People's words are like a book. Do not neglect reading it, but do not believe everything you read. Our natural attraction depends on self-worth. The more you value yourself, the more attractive you become. Life won't give you everything you love, but contentment will make you love everything you have. Dying of hunger while free is better than living as a fat slave. If someone agrees with you, do not think you are right. You could both be sharing the same foolishness. An optimist sees light where there is none, while a pessimist sees light and doesn't believe it. You shouldn't say everything you know, but you should know everything you say. The greatest enemy of knowledge is not ignorance, but the illusion of knowledge. What matters is not where we are, but the direction we are heading. Sometimes we sail with the current, sometimes against it, but what matters is that we sail, not stand still and let the wind play with us. Happiness doesn't mean you don't cry or feel sad. Happiness means you are content with your destiny, living it with gratitude and smiling through it all. Sometimes you must turn your back on certain things to avoid arguing with small minds. Ignorance can only be treated with ignorance. All who advocate for abortion were born. Those who hate you without reason do so because every time they see you, they are reminded of what they lack. Some people live with you their whole lives, and you don't remember them. Others live with you for a moment, and you remember them forever. It is not time that fills hearts, but actions. Embrace silence, do not take people too seriously, and do not carry life on your shoulders. Happiness is in winning genuine people who are not pretentious, and who do not manipulate emotions and words. Life is like a flame. You either burn with its fire or benefit from its light, or extinguish it and live in darkness. Be dignified in hardship, patient in adversity, grateful in prosperity, humble in prayer, and swift in charity. The world is a school, with time as its principal, fate as its teacher, and we are its students. We meet as strangers, live as friends, and when parting time comes, don't say goodbye, but say, see you later. Before you speak, listen. Before you react, think. Before you spend, earn. Before you give up, try. You never know how strong you are until being strong is your only choice. Control your life with your mind, not your emotions. Every bad decision we made in life had more emotion than reason. Situations alone reveal people. Do not judge anyone by their words. People are ideal when they talk. It is easy to avoid responsibilities, but impossible to avoid the consequences. The most common type of lie is the one you tell yourself. If you cannot do great things, do small things greatly. Conscience is rare and not found in everyone. People are like metals. They rust with boredom, expand with hope, and shrink with pain. The biggest compromise you can make in life is to adapt. I am amazed by those who think life and freedom are separate things and do not realize that freedom is the first component of life, and there is no life without freedom. If you don't want to die of thirst among people, learn to drink from all glasses. A person's life is not measured by the years, but by the width of events. If you reflect on your life's events, you will find the person you owe the most apologies to is yourself. Those who flatter you with sweet words feed you with an empty spoon. Don't try to be a perfect person, because that is impossible. Instead, be a person who learns from mistakes, for that is greatness. You will not mature until you feel you have a lot to say, but do not need to tell anyone. The best thing I ever did was stop telling people what happens in my life. Do not try to be a successful man, but a man of value. Everything you discover as you age was already there. You were just too young to see it. Have the courage to act instead of reacting. Life is full of stones. Do not stumble over them, but gather them and build a ladder towards success. The oppressed who does not defend himself acquires a servile nature. He who fights monsters should be careful not to become one himself. Do not rely on love, it is rare. Do not rely on people, they are deceitful. Do not rely on time, it is fleeting. Rely on God, He is capable. Some people are like rain, helping others, while others are like trees, providing shade. Some are like the desert, where nothing you plant will grow. People's words are like rocks. You can carry them on your back and break, or you can build a tower beneath your feet and rise. Keep your tongue for 4 things: clarifying the truth, refuting falsehood, expressing gratitude, and sharing wisdom. Morality is the crown of conversations. Do not hold anything in your heart against anyone. Forgive, ignore, and assume the best. Be the most beautiful with your morals. Life taught me not to ask thorns to release fragrance, or the desert to bloom flowers, or the senseless to care about feelings. One who lacks something cannot give it. A person who lives a life free of challenges is already dead. Yesterday is gone and will never return. Tomorrow's knowledge belongs to God.